What's up, everyone? Welcome to another episode of the Quick Diz Takes podcast. Feels weird doing that introduction. It's been, I want to say, the first week of April since the last time we did this, and so it's been a while. But we're, fingers crossed, everything's good, and we're back on track starting today. So, we're gonna get right back into covering Disney and doing everything we love to do here. So let's get into it. But first, as we get into it, I just wanted to say that it's my fault that we've been gone this long. I had a health issue, and it caused us not to be able to do this podcast for quite some time. I ended up having some kind of mysterious infection that is not COVID related, and it made my heart, the average person, their heart is pumping at about 60% or so. Mine was pumping at a wonderful 8% at one point. And so, I got rushed from one hospital to another and almost died, and it was scary. But, I don't want to get go too crazy about it. But it was kind of scary, but it's we're on the up and up now, and here we are, and it's good to be back. And I'm honestly, Johnny, it was kind of funny because every time I would say, we should get going. It's been a couple of weeks since I started saying we should get going, but we put it off. But every time I did that, it seemed like a little more news came out. So obviously this episode is going to be kind of just talk about what we go on there, because there's so much random stuff that has been going on in the world of the parks and all that stuff. So that's what we'll do. But it's good to be back, and just want to say that if anyone is if you're feeling sick, really sick, and don't wait too long. I think I definitely waited too long, probably a month too long, and not good. So take it from me. Yeah, if I look skinnier on here, I am 40 pounds skinnier. So it's not just your eyes playing tricks on you. Weight loss came with this situation as well. So anyway, enough of that. If you have any questions about it that you want to talk about, you're more than happy, or feel more than free to leave them in the comments. But I'm not gonna suck the whole episode up here with this. And I just wanted to start with saying that or bringing up that we were just talking about earlier today, that the parks are, Disney World is scheduled to open on July 11th. I believe that's the correct date. And Johnny, I believe you're going July 25th.
Yep.
But today I saw that Disneyland's opening is now indefinitely postponed.
Well, from what they said, they don't see that they put out the date that they planned on reopening, but they never, the approval was never, the state never approved any theme park openings how Disney World did had to provide their guidelines and all that stuff and got approved. So California hasn't approved it yet. And they said that don't plan on it till after the 4th. So I believe Disney doesn't think they have, that would give them less than 2 weeks to get all the cast members back, train in this new whatever cleaning procedures and social distancing, all their new procedures to make it back by the is the 17th or what? Yeah, they're the 17th.
Yeah.
So I know a lot of people. You read a lot of stuff online that they're doing it over. Ultimately, it could be over the virus, but it's not Disney saying no to the virus. It seems like it would be the state of California saying they're delaying it because of it, but that then leads to speculation about Disney World. But I don't know. I
don't know either.
I think they're too far into it now to. I don't think they want to delay it at all, just by all this reservation stuff that went live this week, and all, moving stuff around. It's just, I don't know. But it seems to be the majority. When you look at Florida, they're rising. The last 2 days have been 5,000 people, but it seems to be all the beach towns where there's beaches and bars, and it just seemed that's where the majority of the spikes seem to come from. Obviously, it's it's in the whole state, but the bigger parts are where it seems like they opened everything up and people just aren't.
Well, they did it with
following
little to no
stuff.
restrictions. So like restaurants opened up and people were just sitting in restaurants. Like there's no.
Yeah, you see pictures of people in the bar and they're just standing there like the old times with no. I mean, I know you can't wear a mask when you're drinking you're drinking at a bar, but it didn't even seem like they put restrictions on capacity.
That's what I mean. They shouldn't even have been that far yet. And like, if you just use like up here, for example, not that we're like, anything to ever look at, but I mean, I think we are handling our openings pretty well up here. And like Rhode Island and Mass, we're opening, but with restrictions and kind of like slowly and carefully. And we're not having any we're not seeing any spikes.
No, as far as Rhode Island seems to be going down.
Florida, Texas, and California are, and so I just wonder, like, Disney being like a real, big on PR, obviously, and things like that, if they're gonna get a little bit afraid if this continues to spike in that state, because they don't want anything traced back. They don't want cast members and guests being traced back to Disney World and being like, oh, these people are sick because they came here. Makes me wonder too, like, so Universal opened June 5th. If Disney pushed to June 11th, I know they had more than just the Universal, those the resorts and a lot of things to organize, but I also wonder if it was them being like, let's just see like how the state goes and how everything goes before we really start letting people in.
Yeah, I definitely think that was part of it, but and they definitely needed time for this reservation. I mean, they basically built this whole reservation system in a couple weeks. So
how is it anyway? Like, can you kind of explain now? Like, you kind of got a grasp on it now that you and Sarah are using it, or is it still kind of?
It was using, or it was very easy once you got into it. Okay. It was basically like any other Disney big release. Disney, you're gonna sit. You're gonna sit there and stare at a screen for hours. For Sarah, it was, for her, she had 2 computers, her phone, maybe 2 tablets.
Jeez.
And it was 3 hours. It was 3 hours for her. I was using my phone.
You going individually?
You just sign in. You just go to. For us, it was you just went to the their reservation page and you clicked on the make reservations, and then it just kind of put you in this waiting room with it was a picture of a castle, and there was another countdown clock. But if you went off the page, the countdown clock would reset. So I don't even know. It was just you kind of just went to a big waiting room. It seemed like. So
when Sarah got in, could she do both of you? Like you were both.
Yes. Once it let her in, you signed into your My Disney Experience app.
I got you.
Not the app, just the you have to do it on the computer.
That makes sense.
Once she went in, it was basically like making a fast pass. You pick your traveling party, and then it went to your days you were on property.
And so what did they give you? You're at Caribbean Beach, correct? And did you get?
Well, that wasn't even part of this. This was just park reservation. So basically, as many days as you were staying on property, your first day you picked the park, and it said everything was available for us. So we got what we wanted
on
the day, because we couldn't use the travel agent part through that, because you have to. They have that checkbox that you have to check they're not liable.
Yep.
So that once you got in, it was 5 minutes. Just pick everything, you review it, and you submit it, and it was and it basically instantly showed up in the app. You could get into the app and look at all your stuff. But we had our travel agent was able to call Disney, because if you were changing the hotel wasn't open yet, you had to call. So she did the calling for us, and because Caribbean Beach opens the 29th, which is we leave the 30th, so we obviously can't stay there. So we got an upgrade. She was able to get us an upgrade to the Contemporary for no extra charge. It was basically whatever we paid. So now we're not in the main building. We're in like I don't know what they called it, the garden section, which is off to the.
Are you in the Bay Lake Tower? So the Bay Lake Tower area?
No, like basically, if you're looking at the main building, the Bay Lake Tower is like off to the left.
Yep.
And there's another garden like view section off to the right. So it's basically, and then the pool's in the middle, so it's on the other side.
I got you.
But I mean, it's.
How do you beat it though? You're right there. So the whole trip, you're right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, we don't have to move or anything. So
sweet.
I mean, I never expected to stay the contemporary. So I mean, that is a very big plus.
Yeah.
I mean, but as long as the monorails and everything are open, we're pretty good, and we can walk back from Magic Kingdom. So that worked out really good.
I'll be curious to hear like all the stories when you get back. Like, I said it to you before. I can't wrap my head around. Like, I'm so curious to see what it's gonna be like going under these like circumstances. I've started watching some videos of Universal, and people seem to be having an all right time, and I'm sure it's just gonna take a little getting used to. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess as long as you're gonna have your breaks with the masks when you eat and stuff, and I don't know if Disney. I'm sure they probably are gonna put those mask-free zones in where you can get a rest. So I mean, yeah. You got to wear the mask when you go. So I mean, it's not like a big surprise. So I'm sure you'll get used to it.
You cash in on no wait times or limited. I mean, short wait times anyway. I wonder if you'll be able to get on like Rise of the Resistance more than once or something like that in a day or something. I don't know.
Yeah, because as far as I don't think they're doing anything virtual. I think it's just all you wait in line, and that's basically it.
Only 30% capacity. I mean, how much can you? So I mean, I think that's like even less than we can even wrap our heads around. To be honest with you, 30%. Think about that. 30% capacity.
Yeah, I don't even know
what I mean. 3 out of 10. Only 7 out of 10 people that are normally there. I mean, because you got to be figure. We never get the capacity when we're there, but you got to figure it's close. So I mean, I don't know. He's probably gonna just be walking on stuff, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, when we were there, when we were in January, I thought that was the lowest I've ever seen the parks, and I'm sure it's even lower than that.
Oh, I would imagine.
Well lower. So
if that's the case, Magic Kingdom's slow and you're right there. I mean, you can sneak on so many. I mean, that's one good thing about it. I mean, we'll suck to wear masks on Space Mountain, I guess, and stuff like that. But I mean,
yeah.
Hey, it's so funny too. Like, you think they would let you like maybe they will. Who knows? Probably not. But cast members will be there, and say you and Sarah are on a Space Mountain shuttle, and it's just 2 of you sitting on that shuttle. They might just say, "Hey, you can throw your mask off while you're on the ride because no one else is even here," and things like that. But I don't know if they're gonna go that route.
I mean, I'm just curious. I'm also curious to like when you get the, when the photo pass photographers take your picture in front of the castle. Will they allow you to,
I'm guessing they're gonna socially distance those people, like those lines, and let you do that.
So at least you can. I mean,
but you want to make sure you get one. You want to make sure you get one with
with the mask. Yeah,
it's kind of unique.
Yeah.
I think knock on wood. I don't have any wood around me right now on my guitar. Knocked on that wood. That by next year we'll have vaccines and all that good stuff, and we can get back to like some type of normality in the parks. So this might be a one-time deal for you.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Yeah. So I don't know.
Tell you what, though, if you have a good experience, I might just say screw it and go sometime in the winter too. If it's still going on, just to cash in on the smaller crowds and things.
Yeah. I mean, we still have. I mean, our passes as of now are extended to the end of November, and then they're saying they're going to throw on an extra month. So technically, our passes are good till the end of the year. So
yeah, that's
we'll see. If something,
Disney, they're going to bend over backwards for all this stuff because it's just been a big inconvenience for everybody. Obviously, their bank account and so far, other than masks, so far you guys haven't been inconvenienced by them, but you're gonna find. I'm sure you're gonna find, like, not to be a negative Nelly, but I'm sure you're gonna find something on this trip that's just not quite the same as it was before because you can't. Yeah. Whatever it might just be something small, but.
Yeah, I mean, there was some we were gonna eat at California Grill, so we can get that experience of the fireworks, but then like that's not even
an
I mean, it's
option.
probably still worth it to eat there, but part of the experience was the fireworks. So we're probably, I mean, we did,
Oh
we
yeah,
don't
because they're
have
not
any,
doing the fire. It's right. They're
we
not
don't
doing
have
the
any of
show.
our dining reservations anyway. So we just got to find a couple thing. I mean, most of the stuff should still be open that we wanted to do in dining. So we'll see.
I watched so many videos like recently to kind of catch back. I fell out of the loop basically when I was in the hospital, kind of out of it and stuff. Just fell out of the loop, and kind of to catch up over the last, once I really started stabilizing here, and I almost forgot about no fireworks and all that stuff. That's crazy. It's kind of weird. It's kind of feel weird. Now, are the parks staying open later? Maybe
No,
like extra.
I have we have all the hours. So Magic Kingdom's, when we're there, I don't know if it's going to change throughout the summer, but Magic Kingdom's 9 to 7.
Oh,
Animal
wow,
Kingdom,
that's early for summer. Okay.
yeah, and then Animal Kingdom's 8 to 6. Hollywood Studios is 10 to 8, and then Epcot's 11 to 9. So I think they're just, they're staggering so you can, because the limited capacity on the buses, so you can have.
Can you
that.
park hop?
No.
You can't park hop.
When you made the reservation, you're in that park for that day, and I think you are allowed to leave the park and then come back, but
Well, yeah.
But so it's
So
So
you get the whole day, so that's not bad.
yeah.
9 to 7. You guys will never. You guys will just stay there from open to close at that point.
Yeah, I mean, and then you got Disney Springs, which is open. I don't know if it's till 10 or 11, as of now, 10 or 11. I'm not sure exactly.
That's
but then
interesting.
it'll be, I don't know, it'll be something.
Yeah, it'll be. I mean, it's going to be unique. They definitely. I didn't know. I didn't. Once again, out of the loop. Didn't look at the hours, but 9 to 7. Yeah, it's. I mean, significantly earlier than a regular summer night.
Yeah.
I mean, I think with extra park hours, there were times where I think last year in June, I was staying for Magic Kingdom. I think we stood to 1 a.m. at one point. So they definitely stay open later in the summer usually.
Yeah, we had it like when we had planned it out, our Epcot day, there's magic hours, I think till like 11 or 12. So we had it planned out, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm so afraid that we're gonna like learn things from this that are gonna screw us later in life. Like in other words, like they're gonna be like, oh, so if we did a reservation system, and we found like I'm just making something up right now, but we found that if we just keep people in the same park for the day, it's working out better financially for us, and all the time they waste moving from park to park.
Yeah,
so
I
like
think
all of a sudden park hopping's not a thing anymore or something.
I mean, with them getting rid of the fast passes too, who knows if
I know, right?
this is their way to get like the max pass thing, like the
well, that's
Disney
gonna
Max,
yeah.
so they can get the money for the fast passes thing. I think that might change. I don't know.
I'm interested. The money for the fast pass thing is, excuse me, it's like a two-sided coin for me. Like think about like if you show up to the park, and they open something in particular on that particular trip that you just really want to do, and you can just pay for that fast pass and get on that ride. Like then it's like worth it, right?
Yeah.
Like all right, for this trip I'm gonna make that payment. Like there's no doubt about it. I'm just gonna do what I want to do. And there's other times maybe you've been so many times and stuff like that because we go more often than most. You're like, well, I'm not paying that this time,
Yeah.
So it gives you the option at least, but I don't know where it puts you, like where it's going to put you on the times you don't want to pay. Like it's going to put you at how much of a disadvantage are you going to have when you don't want to pay? I don't know. Yeah, that's the only thing with that. But and how much is it going to be? Maybe it's going to be so little it's just worth paying every time. I don't know. I mean,
yeah. I mean, if they go, I mean,
Disney,
if they go the Max Pass way, I mean, that's from everything I've read about the Max Pass. That thing it seems
decent, right?
Legitimate for whatever it is, $15-20 an extra a day. I mean, you're as long as you pay attention and make your your reservations when your timer runs out. It seems like it's pretty good.
There's so many people at Walt Disney World versus Disneyland as far as tourism and all that stuff. You just wonder if they're gonna use that as an excuse to double the price or something stupid. I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't ever trust them until you know what I mean.
And especially now with all the money they've lost, they're good.
We shall see. Yeah, but they lost money obviously, but they're gonna have to be aware that so did a lot of middle class people.
Yeah.
And like, you know what I mean? And so it's gonna have to be like a two-way street here to get a flow of people back into your parks. Um, I was telling Carrie, my initial thought was, from our point of view, because obviously you guys still have, reservations and annual passes, but from our point of view, I was like, oh, maybe I won't go back until they just get rid, until everything kind of just goes back to normal. But who knows when that's going to be, and who knows if it might actually be worth going. Like I said, depending on what I hear back from you guys and other people,
Yeah.
but who knows?
Yeah, you don't. A lot of people are excited that it's opening up, but then I'm sure a lot of people just are still don't want to travel.
People are freaked out. Some people are just going to be. I mean, they're just. I don't know if you know anybody. I mean, there are just people out there that are just something like this just freaks them out no matter what.
Yeah.
There'll be people that are hesitant to go anywhere in a year or two till vaccines come out and stuff. They're just people are different. Everyone's different. So some people will cash in, other people will.
Yeah, I mean, my only issue is, I'm not too worried about being in Disney and that. Like, it seems like their safety protocols are good. It's the plane flight is kind of the only iffy thing with me. I mean, coming from here going down there, that one isn't too bad. It's the coming back up, because once you're in the airport, you have people from anywhere, whereas.
Yeah.
At least in that Disney, in the Disney bubble, you still have people who are staying outside and coming in, but at least they're making you do extra stuff. Who knows?
No, I wonder if it's going to be like, people were like, when I was in the hospital, they were like, oh, kind of a crowded place to be right now because this, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, well, I don't disagree with that. There was kind of a good element to it because the hospital, no one's going to the hospital. It's a freaking ghost town. So like I had a room, there wasn't many people there, and there's, I don't know. Not that I was looking for an ideal time to be in a hospital.
Yeah, right.
My point is I was there and it was like, it literally took me 5 minutes to get checked into an ER. Let's put it that way.
Yeah,
So I don't know. So maybe I guess what I'm saying is maybe the airport will be the same way. I don't know. I don't know how many people are flying. I'm sure you're going to notice a difference. I'm sure you're going to notice it.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, we've already Sarah just switched one of our flights. They had switched our flights originally coming back to a layover. We were able to switch it to a nonstop. That was like an hour and a half before, so there's a little something there. But
anyway, enough of depressing.
Losing a little bit of that last day in the
COVID-19 related news.
Whatever.
That I'm just sick of hearing about, but I know it's important to talk about, but still.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something even more irritating to some folks. That is the announcement, I guess, of the retheming of Splash Mountain to Princess and the Frog.
Yes. No, I think this was definitely a planned announcement in the part of like yesterday when they announced the Disneyland thing. If you go on Facebook or whatever, everybody was talking about, Disney World's next. Then what do? They popped this out this morning. I haven't seen a thing about Disneyland closing now. It's all this. So
the thing, I think we're going to end up talking about this for a while because this is gonna like slippery slope into so many different like topics. But what to start? I don't blame them. Okay,
No.
with this, we're just going to speak to this attraction right now. With this particular attraction, I understand, and honestly, I'm surprised that it took this long. Even when they themed this attraction the way they did, it was already. This movie was controversial when it came out in the 40s. I remember seeing a thing where there was people in papers writing about it, like, this is kind of taking a lighthearted look at, a topic like slavery that's not so lighthearted, and it's always kind of had that aura around it. And I always wondered, like, how it got, like, how it became what it was. Like, I don't know. Like most people don't even know what Song of the South is. First of all,
no, because it's been hidden away for so long.
Yeah. And
But
so,
then
everyone knows Zippity Doo Dah,
Mhm.
but no one knows, like most people don't know where it comes from.
But I think they got away with it because they didn't use any. They only used the cartoon aspect of it.
Yeah.
They used nothing else.
100% for sure. And I think the reason why they used the theme, why that ultimately became the theme, is because they had the America Sing animatronics, which kind of fit in
Yeah.
with the. So I guess I'm answering my own question with, I guess I have a pretty good idea maybe why they did this.
Yeah, because I mean, if you the whole even the story of this Splash Mountain is they're really just trying to capture Brer Rabbit and he escapes.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
all.
yeah.
So that is not the, they took the good, I want to say good part of the movie, or the basically racist issue.
A non-controversial part.
Yeah,
Yeah, they tiptoed around it, but
yeah.
they still picked a move. They still picked something that.
Yeah, I mean, in the grand
Yeah.
scheme of things, they picked this, and then people will wonder, well, where did that come from? And then, if people want to, do a quick Google search and look, and then they see the ultimate where it came from and the controversy of them, of the movie, and then them just hiding it and not releasing it, and ever, basically, you got to get it from overseas somehow.
So there's it's kind of like I don't know what your exact opinion is on this, but it's kind of a no-brainer. Like at this point, like if people complain about it and forget about even the complaints and the heck's the word I'm looking for, the thing they had, so you know what I'm trying to say, if I can't think of the word, petitions, I'm sorry, they had signed for this.
Yes, yeah.
Disney had to have already been thinking about this a little bit, and it just allows them, it's going to be Princess and the Frog, I guess. Could have been Moana too, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I think they've been thinking about this for years, and now it's just, now it's just the time.
Plug that in, and just go forward, and it's still gonna. I mean, the track layout's still there, and it's still gonna be classic.
Yeah.
You gotta. I mean, some of the music on there is classic. You're gonna lose that. I mean, it's just is like anything else with any other old attraction. It's going away, so it's kind of sad.
Yeah, it's the nostalgia of it,
But it's time, and
yeah. And I mean, if people have been petitioning for years for just that, the Princess and the Frog something. So I mean, it is that movie is needed to be represented more than just the characters on the boat there.
Now, do you give it the outside? So does the outside have to be changed? Does everything have to be just like the outside going to have a different look too, just because it wouldn't really look?
I don't know. You can't, because of where it is. I don't know if you can change the outside too much.
That's why I'm asking. Because now what? Like, it's going to be a little bit of an odd fit. I'm sure they have some kind of plan, but
yeah.
I mean, the one thing about Splash Mountain and Big Thunder Mountain is it just fits right there in that little nook. It's like they almost like they go together. It's almost like you wonder why they didn't just theme those two rides to a similar theme and just like make it one, almost like they did with the Phantom Manor in France. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And just make that one little like kind of thing. But I would like to see that more. I'm glad Princess and the Frog is getting a property. Attraction. I love that movie. I think it's underrated, first of all, and all that stuff. But at the same time, it's been kind of cool to see him like take Splash Mountain and just make it like a theme park only theme thing, like Big Thunder Mountain is, where it's like has that original story to it and all that stuff. But I mean, Disney's.
Yeah.
I don't think that's.
I'm hoping they keep
at
least keep the Splash Mountain name. No, I mean.
I think they might, but I also think they might not. I mean 50-50.
Yeah, because you like the idea of the all the mountains. So I don't know. I mean, Splash Mountain's not even named after the ride anyway. So
I know. One of the first things you're gonna get guaranteed, probably sooner than later, because I don't know when they're gonna shut down for the probably January they'll shut down.
I would think they do it when they do their annual refurb. Well, again with the 50th, I don't know. Maybe they'll wait till after the 50th. Because they're not doing Spaceship Earth now, so it seems like I think they want to have as much open as they can.
That later, but
okay.
Yeah. So let's just say January, and it probably gets what they love to do. I find a lot of times they love to announce the name. Yeah. So maybe by well, it's not D23, but they're doing
Yeah, they got the
Yeah.
yeah, the
Yeah, I
whatever
can't
it's
think of the name of it right now. So my mind's just going blank.
when
Right.
they do at Disney. I can't. Yeah,
Yeah, but anyway,
part of
they're
D
gonna
23. I can't think of the name.
they're
Yeah.
gonna announce that. I can see them throwing the name out, like, oh, you know, who knows? It's not gonna be themed after Tiana. I don't think it would be themed after her, Naveen, and as frogs. Maybe who knows? It's gonna still have that Bayou feel.
Yeah.
So they can use a lot of those animatronics. I mean, it all makes sense. I mean, the boat at the end makes sense. It will all like a lot of it will fit in. They'll have to change a few things. Probably they're gonna come up with a sweet, you know, Tiana animatronic somewhere in there just to.
Yeah, maybe we can get one of those like the Beauty and the Beast ones they're doing over in
Yeah, that'd be nice.
what was it, Japan or Tokyo, whatever. Yeah, whichever park over there.
I guess in a sense, like it's refreshing because I mean, the Magic Kingdom will get a little more, it'll be a little more refreshing for the Magic Kingdom. And then I'm assuming when the Rocks movie comes out, you're gonna see changes made to Jungle Cruise as well.
Probably.
I don't think crazy ones. I just think you know you're just gonna get rock animatronics in there and stuff.
Yeah, like they did
Maybe
with
a little
Pirates, something like that.
And then, but you're always gonna have those sweet dialogue, like those sweet scripts they read that people like. That'll always be a thing, I think. But anyway, back to what I was saying with Princess of Fire. So it's a slippery slope. So now you wonder, like, what's next? And I mean, if you stop and think, there's a few things that could definitely.
Yeah, I was thinking that today. Like, I don't know how long Tom Sawyer Island's gonna be fit for Magic Kingdom, just because of.
Yeah.
you
Tom
know.
Sawyer kind of. I don't know if that's considered. I don't know where people stand on that. I think, because I mean,
No,
it was more. It was anti-slavery. Like Tom and Huck, you know, helped.
yes, but
I'm not an expert on the story, by the way, so disclaimer.
yeah,
But I know
I
I've
don't
seen
know.
the movies. But who knows? I mean, I think that's
Just because it has,
might be gone anyway.
yeah, just because of the way where it takes, yeah. Which
Yeah.
I mean, they could. I mean, I don't even know the last time I was on Tom Sawyer
No, you know what's funny is
in general. Anyway, so I'm sure they could think of something that's a very unique thing they have there. Just that they could.
it
do
was
something.
busy last one day. You guys already left in the last trip we went on, and I tried carrying Aria out there. I hadn't been on literally since I was 8 years old. The only other time I've ever been on there. And you know what? Aria had a blast. You go through the caves and stuff. It's kind of fun. I mean, on a not so busy day, I would check it out. It's like something, if you can do it, you know, kind of get over there and check it out. It's worth it.
Yeah.
On a busy day, you gotta wait for the raft and stuff, so it took a little time. But whatever, it's not awful. But it needs to go. Like no one really cares about it, and all that kind of good stuff. So, but yeah, like so that's one. You know, the other one I thought about was it comes right to the top of my head. I'm surprised it hasn't been brought up, or maybe it has, and I just haven't seen it in some of the things I read. It's Peter Pan.
Yeah.
I mean, is there a more? I mean, it's got some issues.
Yeah.
If you want to go on the road of racism and stereotyping and all that stuff, that movie's got issues,
Yeah.
big time. And you just wonder, and in the ride, and those issues are demonstrated a little bit in the ride.
Yes, that one. Yeah, that one section. Yeah, and which
So
I
you
mean,
wonder, you know, I don't know. But is that a little more untouchable because it's more like in the Disney canon of classics?
yeah, and because of how popular the ride is in general, and just being what it is.
Things like that, Snow White, Alice in Wonderland, just like kind of just do their thing because they're considered classics, and that's that.
Mhm.
But I don't know. And then the Tiki Room. I mean, come on.
Mhm.
I can see. I mean, and I'm not. You know, I'm not sitting here going for any of this or starting petitions, but I'm just saying, like, I can see
Yeah.
things being addressed, and rightfully so. On the Tiki Room, especially.
Mhm.
And you know, and then I mean, there's a lot of things because a lot of these things were created in a time that was different than now. First of all, not to make an
Oh,
excuse,
yes.
but they were, and so you know, people are gonna have. And then the other thing with it though too is that Disney benefits from it in a sense because they do it, and then they get to change that so people aren't offended. And they also get to change. They just get to like refresh
Yes,
a ride
yeah.
that already exists and put a new property in and just go forward with promoting a new property.
Yeah, and then, once there's something new, it brings more people in. Yeah.
It's funny because they'll change Splash Mountain and then they'll advertise Princess and the Frog, and people
Yep.
go.
And that'll be a tough fast pass to get if they,
Oh, it'll be the most popular ride in the park. When
Yeah.
that,
So.
because people just want to see the new dock ride, and
Mhm.
I get it. And I think that's going to be a fine addition, though. That doesn't even upset me in the least, really. Splash Mountain and Haunted Mansion are my two favorite rides in the whole park. Splash Mountain will always be Splash Mountain in a sense because the track layout is still going to be the same. You're still going to have that experience.
Yeah, and you get the draw. Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
Yeah.
More than the theming. So hopefully they do a good job and put the good music from the movie in there and make it work. Imagineers always do, so I'm sure it'll be fine.
Mhm.
But yeah. Anyway, what else were we gonna talk about today? We just
Spaceship Earth.
Yeah, let's talk about Spaceship Earth real quick before we wrap this up. It's so the overhaul's on hold. They're not doing it as of right now. And
I don't think they can have these rides down for next year.
I know, right? So my question is, what are the timetables on these rides now? Like, I haven't heard any new. So, like, when's Ratatouille gonna actually finish? When is?
Yeah, like I know they pulled all the the people doing the construction out when they shut down. But then, have they gone back to work? Because we do know that they've gone back to painting the castle, because we can people have put up pictures of that being pretty much done. But I don't know if they're back to work at Epcot. Like,
I would assume they must have gone back to work in some capacity.
Yeah,
I was surprised they didn't keep small crews and just stay at work anyway.
Mm-hmm. Especially for like for Ratatouille or for the space restaurant, because they were so close to being done.
So those two, need to get done for Epcot, and then like when's Guardians gonna open, and then when
is the Moana thing gonna be one of those things that's brushed to the side for right now, and they're just gonna focus on what they've already, with Interventions being, all that section being knocked down, are they gonna focus on that and building that?
Yeah, they're definitely gonna have to speed that up. Or focus on it more, because it's just I think anyway.
Yeah,
it's just right there.
Yeah, and they
COVID just it did not do Disney any service, especially with the plans they had coming up with the 50th and everything.
No, and like in Epcot too is Mary Poppins. We don't know. That might be on hold as well.
See that one, like
they haven't even started.
Because there was like no real like date announcement, but
yeah,
Tron. These rides that I'm naming right now, like I think are all ones they were expecting to have for the 50th, right?
I believe so.
Maybe not. I don't know when Guardians was supposed to open, but I think so though, right?
I thought it was supposed to open at least the summer of 2021. I thought.
That sounds about right. I don't know. So now, like, Hollywood Studios is the park to go to, because that's the only thing that's got everything done, right? Hollywood Studios is like a full park.
Yeah, I mean, the Runaway Railway didn't even get a real shot at opening, really, but they opened for a couple months.
Look cool.
So that's,
we have. That'd be good.
We have a full day at Hollywood Studios that we schedule, and then the day we leave, we threw another park pass for there, so we can. Because we still haven't even got to ride Slinky, so we have a few there to get to. So hopefully we can get some of them in.
Hey, if the crowds are low, and the capacity's like we're thinking, you might be getting all kinds of stuff in there. You figure you got enough bigger. The one thing about Hollywood is like almost all the attractions are big. Like what I mean is like premier attractions. You go down Sunset Boulevard, you get two down there. You go Mickey and Minnie. Monkey, Rise of Resistance, even Millennium Falcon. So that's one good thing about it.
Yeah, I'm more worried about those like Millennium Falcon and maybe Toy Story Mania. I don't know. Unless they're cleaning in between everything, I don't know if you really want to go in where people are touching. Don't
touch your face to you clean.
Oh, please! She's already got stuff packed already. She went last weekend buying stuff, and she's been buying stuff on Amazon for weeks with white packages, and I'm all set.
Smart.
Yeah.
Because you know what's funny is like you're not thinking about it right now. When you get there, I guarantee it's gonna enter your head. You're gonna just watching people, and you're gonna be like,
Oh yeah.
you know what I mean? You're like, oh God.
I mean, that's why I'm happy it's just me and her. We're not taking. I mean, if the kids were going, we probably wouldn't go, because it's just not even.
Tough to keep them in check, yeah.
Yeah. So at least the two of us, it's just we can hang out on our own, and
Yeah, you'll be fine. But yeah, I think you'll notice that. Like you're gonna start noticing yourself noticing things you never noticed before.
Oh.
Because people are people.
Oh, like, that guy, you're at a restaurant, that guy just wiped his face with that napkin and he just put it there, and where's that napkin? And I have to fall on the floor.
I mean. Those are things, even you'd notice some of those things when you were at Disney before, but not like now.
Yeah, especially, I mean, I haven't eaten at a restaurant in over 3 months now.
I know, it's weird.
So it's just strange to think about.
I know. It is. Anyway, there's more to talk about. We'll cut this one here because it's almost 9 o'clock and I need to take my medicine and go to bed. So I know I'm an old man, but we'll try to keep the cycle going now. Back to Thursdays, recording sessions, and have them out by Sunday or Monday. And it's just good to do one again. And then Johnny made a little appearance on Disney Dad. Correct?
Oh, I did. Yes, I'm there. Because I'm a part of their Patreon show. They were having people on, so I was on 3 weeks ago. I don't know, the episode they talked about Sci-Fi Diner. I was on that episode.
Send me the link, Johnny, and I'll put it in the description.
All right.
So I'll put that link in the description, and then Johnny also mentioned they are, perhaps we'll be able to have them on. So maybe I'll have him, I don't know, email him or whatever kind of contact he has with those guys, and we'll do something with them. But we're no promises yet because we just got going here.
Yeah.
And I was working on a video before I got sick, so some new videos will be coming out and stuff because I got some time in my hands now, and I can actually do it. So keep an eye out for those, and we'll talk to you next week. And then in a few weeks we'll have, a little over a month, we'll have Johnny's, early one of the first few weeks of people going down there, and he'll be able to give us a little insight on what's going on in Disney. So look forward to that, and everyone that listens, we appreciate it, and everyone that listens to this one gets back up on our listening. We really appreciate you following us again. I know it was a tough. I tried to. I think I made one tweet, but when I was in the hospital, I had a couple of little mini strokes and stuff. I couldn't see my phone. It was a mess. I couldn't message out, and so yeah. Anyway, we will catch us on Twitter, and leave comments below and all that good stuff. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. It's been a while, and we'll see you next week.